Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. It's been a while since we've done a sports video, so I figured I'd come up with a cool one today. We're going to be ranking every sport. And obviously it's going to be hard to rank every single sport in one video, so if I miss any, comment down below and I'll do a part 2 for those sports next. So first off, let's start with volleyball. I don't know, I was never like a huge fan of volleyball growing up, and then my two best friends started playing in like middle school and high school, and I actually like went to a bunch of practices for the volleyball team. Volleyball is actually pretty fun. The more you play it, like the cooler it seems, and it's cool to watch. I like how there's beach volleyball and like court volleyball too, like 2v2, or you have the full team on. I think volleyball is 6v6. Pretty cool sport. Unfortunately, it's kind of hard to play if you're not that tall. I know there's like one position in volleyball where you put the shorter guy, but it's a pretty fun sport. You get back and forth, cool volleys going back and forth. It's kind of like tennis, but with a big ball. So I'd say volleyball. I'm going to put it in like A tier. It's a good sport. All right, next up we got baseball. Obviously you guys know I'm a big baseball fan with the Yankees hat on, if you've watched this channel at all. Now this is what I'll say. Baseball can be boring, and don't come at me for that, but it is a very slow game sometimes. I do like playing baseball. I do not like practicing for baseball. Baseball practice for school ball was always the worst. It's just boring. Actual game's really fun, and I do like watching baseball as well, but I totally get why people find it boring. 9 innings, pretty long. It's gotten a little better with the pitch clock, which don't get me started on that. Not a huge fan of the pitch clock, but at least it makes the game a little quicker. Totally understand why people think baseball can be boring though. So because of that, I still like baseball, but I get why people don't like it. I'll put it in A tier. I don't think it's the best sport, but it's definitely up there. Now we got fighting just as one big sport. I know that covers a lot of things. You got like jiu-jitsu, UFC, WWE, which is awesome. People might not consider WWE a sport, but it takes a lot of skill to be good at that. I mean, obviously there are a lot of strong guys that were wrestlers or fought in other forms. Obviously watching fighting, like especially the really like crazy stuff like MMA, is exciting. Boxing's really fun too. Unfortunate for the players of the sport, they get hurt, which is kind of like a bad side effect, and it's very hard to participate in, especially if you're not like experienced at all. Fighting can be a really hard sport to pick up. And I don't really know if you would even qualify it as a sport. Like, it's definitely a sport, but it seems like the goal is to hurt each other, which, I don't know. Fighting, though, great sport. I'm going to put fighting up in S tier because it's got such variety, and you can, like, fight in all different ways, and it's just super exciting. Like, who doesn't enjoy watching a crazy knockout or just a spectacle on the wrestling ring? Now we got football, and I do like watching football, but at least NFL wise, it's kind of gotten like hard to watch in my opinion. Games go forever. That's the biggest thing. And my thing I can't stand is it seems like there's a penalty every single play. There's a flag thrown on the field. It's just stopping and going all the time. Football can be really exciting, and it takes a lot of skill to be good at, and I have respect for football players, but I just don't like the way the sport's going. Football is fun to play. You just pick up a football and throw it around, although I'd still prefer like other sports just as pickup. And I don't know, yeah, I just feel like I don't like the way the NFL is going. It is really exciting to watch at times, but most of the time I find it pretty boring. I know you guys are gonna hate me for that. I'm gonna put football in. I'm gonna put it in C tier. I'm not a huge fan. All right, now we got golf. I have very little golfing experience. I've gone to like Top Golf in the driving range a couple times, and I play like pitch and putt. I suck at golf. I'm decent at mini golf. I don't think you'd count that as golf though. To me, golf, pretty boring. Don't hate me, but I just find it boring, and like not that exciting. Like, you get one big hit and you're not even allowed to clap or cheer. And I mean, I respect golfers. It's a hard sport to be good at, but to me, my personal opinion, not the greatest. I'm gonna put golf at. I'm gonna put it at D tier. All right, now we got track, and that covers a lot as well. You have the running events. You have like jumping. You have like shot put, javelin. Track those events were definitely like the first sports. Like they go back to like ancient Greece. Huge respect for track athletes. They're some of the most athletic people in the world. And then the people that do like decathlons are even crazier. They literally do like 10 different events that they're all amazing at. I personally, out of all the events, I love sprinting. I'm a pretty fast sprinter, but if you ask me to run past like a mile, I start getting really tired. I can run longer distance, but like those 1 to 2, 3 mile runs suck. Sprinting's not bad though, and I wish I was like even better at sprinting, because I think it'd be so cool to be as fast as like an Olympic runner. Hurdles is insane. I don't know how those runners do that, like crazy athleticism. And then all the throwing events are really cool as well. And then you got like the long jump, you got the high jump or pole vault, whatever it is. Crazy. I like the variety in track, and I just think they're the most athletic. I'm gonna put track in S tier. All right, now we got rugby. I think rugby, even though I don't watch it a lot, honestly combines like the best parts about some other sports and puts them together. We didn't talk about soccer yet, but I'd say rugby is like a cross between football and soccer, and it like has the best parts. It's more exciting than football in my opinion. They're tougher, like honestly, because they don't even wear equipment and they're just tackling each other like crazy. I don't really, I mean, I guess the rules aren't that complicated. I have to like watch a game and like figure them out pretty quickly, but it's just not super popular, at least in America. But I think rugby like has potential to be one of the coolest sports. Too bad it doesn't get more attention. I'd put rugby in A tier. It's a really cool sport, and I respect how tough they are. Now we got tennis. I think tennis is like one of the best like leisurely sports to play, like lifetime activities. I don't know if you guys ever had like a gym class like that in high school, but just racket sports are perfect because you could play it like your whole life. You don't really need to be in crazy shape to play, but I mean, obviously the best tennis players are in amazing shape. They got to play for like 3-4 hours. I think tennis is really cool. It can get a little repetitive back and forth, but tennis is fun. Since I played baseball, it's kind of weird like swinging a tennis racket, but I'm not bad at it. Pickleball, similar to tennis, I'm actually pretty good at pickleball. Maybe I'll rank pickleball in the next video, but tennis is a fun sport. Unfortunately, I mean, yeah, you could play indoor tennis, but it's kind of like more of an outdoor sport. So if it's bad weather, you can't really play. But tennis is a fun sport. I don't think it's the best, but it's definitely a good sport. I'll give it a B tier. All right, and finally we got soccer. I'm pretty sure it's the most popular sport in the world, and I think that's for a reason. Even though people in America will be like, "Oh, soccer sucks," or non-Americans will say, oh, it's football, not soccer. Whatever, we're gonna call it soccer. Soccer, there's a reason it's the most popular sport in the world. I love soccer. I love playing soccer. I don't love watching soccer as much as other sports. It is a little long, but it's only an hour and a half. It's just people have horrible attention spans. Soccer's really fun, super exciting. Not too many chances for like play stoppage, although the one thing I do not like about soccer players is like the flopping and just being like wusses. Like some of them aren't tough at all, but you do have to be tough to play soccer. It's just those certain players that are really annoying. Soccer takes a lot of skill and a lot of conditioning. It's a perfect combo of like being in really good shape and having the skill, because like think of like baseball. You can have some fat players that aren't in good shape, but they have baseball skill, and I'm not hating on them at all, but like you don't really see that in soccer. You can't be out of shape. You have to be in shape and you have to be skilled, and once again, reason why it's the most popular sport in the world. I'm gonna put soccer at S tier. So that's gonna be a wrap on today's tier list video. Hope you guys did enjoy it. Like I said, if I missed any of your favorite sports, comment them down below and I will rank them in the next video. Let me know your rankings down below in the comments as well. I'm interested to hear what you have to say. And if you did enjoy, make sure to like, subscribe, and come back next week for a new video. See you next time. Peace.